Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Death on the Ohio. I am your host, Greg, your director, Ness. Got a couple announcements for you. So, pretty exciting stuff going on. I don't know if you guys saw, but they did announce a director of the month. He was a pretty awesome guy. I don't know why they chose him, but Greg Moore from Cincinnati is is Murder Mystery Company's director of the month. I don't know what that's about, but pretty exciting news. So that's cool. Also, if you were not at our end of year party, we have these really cool shirts. They say Official Detective 50 Plus Killers Club. So if you have not gotten a shirt, aka Claire, I have shirts for you. Please reach out to me and we can get that started. Speaking of our 50 Plus Killers Club, our two guests that we have today are both part of that club. We have one actor who has a show count of about 54, so really hit the mark. He's got a bunch of shows coming up, to hit that even more. He was part of our Zoom shows as well. He did about 7 of those. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Michael. How's it going, Michael?
Woo! It's going pretty good. It's going really good. I hear that being part of the 50 plus is kind of like being on the 5-timer part on SNL. The 5-timer club.
Something like that. Just a larger group though of people. So so we're glad to have you as part of that club. Good. So congrats. Our second guest today has a lot more than 54. She actually has a count of 107 shows. Yeah,
that's
a little bit more. She has about 7 princess parties among her virtual princess parties that she did over the last year or so. And she has 6 upcoming shows already ready. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Sam or Snow White. Hello.
Woo!
How are you doing today, Sam?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be part of this thing.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have both of you here. You guys are 2 of my extraordinary actors that we have part of the troupe. I mean, we have a lot of great actors on this troupe, but you guys have been really awesome. I want to start with you, Sam. You've been doing a lot for us. When did you start with the Murder Mystery Company?
So I started in 2015, I believe, the end of 2015, or no, in the summer of 2015. And then it was just murder mystery pretty much at that point. And they bought princess parties and started doing that about 2.5 years ago. And then once we finally started getting all the princess parties down, of course, COVID. So then we were like, no more princess parties. So it was fun getting to do them virtually, though. It was awesome that we had that opportunity to still make videos and promote not only the company, but, just show support to the community and show, kids and stuff that you could still have fun and do stuff, even though it was COVID.
Yeah, you did actually a lot of those. Do you know how many of those virtual shows you did?
I don't know exactly, but I know that for a while it was like 2 a week, and then they dropped down to 1 week, and that was for 6 months. So at least 30 of them, I'd say.
Wow, and you are actually one of our top princesses alongside, Megan Hubbard. You've done, I think I said, what was it, about 7 princess shows or?
Yeah, but I mean, that many to begin with, because like I said, it was a thing for about 6 months before COVID hit.
Now you've done 2 of the 3 princess parties that we've already had, so you're killing it. So you just recently did a princess party as Elsa. Yeah, tell us about that. How did that go? Coming back in?
So it was a little nerve-wracking because obviously you not being a princess in over a year in person, like with an actual live kid in front of you to have to entertain, was a little bit challenging to get back into it. But the kids at the party, they were pretty much speechless the whole time. their parents want me to come back during the week to like, make sure that they do their homework and stay quiet. Apparently they never shut up otherwise. So it was nice to know I had that effect on them.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can tell you really enjoy what you do. On top of the of doing our murder mystery shows. I mean, one of my favorite stories was when you did Val You Able during that huge school show with like Allison and Chris, and like you were just like, "Don't touch my diamond!" like going crazy with these kids. Like I heard a lot about that. Like Michael, you were there, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was one of our favorite. That
Yeah,
was one of my
honestly, it
favorite
was
shows.
probably one of my top 10 shows that I've done.
And it was back to back.
Yeah, you had two. Like,
which is crazy.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They split it. They had 200 people and they split it to 2 sessions.
But they both had a great time. Both groups were all about it.
It was good.
Yeah.
And,
So,
and we had some really good.
Yeah. So speaking of that, like Michael, you major part of that show as well. You and Chris, I think, didn't you both have like little helpers that you kind of collected with you?
Yes. Yeah. I was trying to include more of the kids. So I made someone my intern doctor, and she followed me around, and I was basically just whatever I say yes. And they both kids, they were just totally into it. They're like, "Oh, I get to do this," and they were like, and they were out there, and I would have them, I would say, "Okay, you're gonna say this," and I'd give them the mic, and they'd be like, "And yeah, this is what's going on." And she would definitely not do this. I was like, "This is rocking." It was great. It worked out wonderful.
How long have you been with the company, Michael?
I've been here since I joined in September of 2017. So onboarded, jumped right into busy season, and that was it was great. It was
cool.
It's actually something I had wanted to do murder mysteries for a long time. I mean, I had hosted my own like parties, but I'd been to 2 or 3 live performances like we do, and I was just like, yeah, I could totally do that. So
well, you totally can, because you do.
I totally can. And you know what? I've proven it. I totally can do that.
And you're awesome, which is even better.
Yeah, you may not know this. Greg, did you know that I have my Princess Party award on the side because because you get it for being a superhero, and I've been Batman and I've been Spider-Man twice, and so yeah, I'm looking for more superhero roles.
I can't wait for them to bring that back. Like, I am so ready. I don't know. Chris Ryan has probably the best looking Captain America. Chris Ryan, if you're watching, but I would love to be Captain America. Like, if you guys saw on my
I did. You had the shield.
They had the shield, and I was like, can I have that shield? Can I just? So I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Michael, you have what's up, Sam?
Sorry, I was just going to say, I wish I could go back in time and have a conversation with my kindergarten teacher and tell her that princesses are real jobs, and her that I was paid to be a princess. She needs to check herself.
Check it. If you're watching, look, you were wrong. So Michael, you've done, like you said, you proved you can do this stuff. You've done a lot, like for lead, you've done a lot of leads and host roles, responsibilities. Talk us through what it takes to prepare for a role. Like, for instance, you have a lead role coming up this week where you play 3 different characters. What goes into preparing that? And for those who may be watching that are a little nervous of stepping into that role, what would you say to them?
Well, for this one is script heavy, but and because of all the different changes. But what I do is I will read through the script. I will say it not in my character voice. I'll just read it in a normal voice so I can hear myself saying it out loud. And the good thing is that once you've done a number of these shows, you can actually, it's like, okay, this is the part where this happens, and this is the part where this happens. Just the names and the characters have changed slightly. So for the lineups, what I will do is I will actually, for the lineups, I'll write them out because I've got to keep those straight in my head. And what I discovered was the reason I need to do that is because your suspects are not always paying attention, and they might not give that clue, or they might not, they'll be like, oh, I'm reading the wrong part of my binder, or I'm reading the part that actually says when the detective says, so you have to coach them a little bit.
Nice.
And what I started doing recently was actually listening to the audio files that the audio summaries that they provide in resources. So for our last show, we had the big long drive out to West Virginia, and I said, hey, we're going to listen to the audio summary. Go to resources on the left. Yep. And go to, where is it? Murder Mystery Company. And slide a little bit down. Nope. Show theme audio summaries. Yeah. So we went in and we're like, hey, we're doing Crime and Pun. Let's get this straight. Because it was me and 3 newbies to Crime and Pun. So we did this, and I took it and put it on an MP3 file. And played it in the car while we were driving. Yeah.
Sweet.
Or the other thing is, play it from my phone into the car. It really helps because one, you're not reading it, and someone's describing it to you. So I found that in my last couple of shows that the audio summaries help.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. I hope that some of you that have been watching decide to step up and take on those lead and host responsibilities, because once you get it, you knock them out of the park, right? Like, anything you would want to say or add to that, Sam, as a host yourself?
Yeah, I just want to say, I know a lot of people get overwhelmed trying to do these the host and lead roles, because there is so much you have to say, and like having to memorize, everything. People get caught up in memorizing, and they don't realize that the audience doesn't know what you're supposed to say. So you don't have to know it for the most for word. It doesn't have to be in the exact specific order, as long as you get all the information out there. But what I found for me to help, especially when I'm learning a new role, I will record myself doing all of the parts that I'm supposed to say. And then also I will record the other person's parts too. And I'll just play that audio in my car the whole week while I'm getting ready for the role, and just, keep replaying it. Cause when you're listening to music, you start singing along and you start learning the lyrics of the song easier because it's repetitive. So once you're doing something repetitive like that, even though it's not to music, it helps. And then once you have your part down, then you can play the opposite person's part and then just respond to make sure that what you're saying is correct. And
I love that. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for those tips. I hope that you guys watching really take those into consideration and step up and do those roles. And for those who haven't done it or are doing those roles already, and now you have some tips. So
yeah,
cool.
I'm going to do it next time. I'm going to do it like it's Hamilton and just sing the whole show. And listen to it. So
sure.
Or you do it that way, make it a song, and then you'll never forget it.
And you'll never forget it.
Awesome. Well, it is that time in the show. That is my favorite bit. Michael, you probably know what I'm talking about. Sam, you haven't watched a single. Yeah, so you have no clue. But we are going to do something I like to call Knives Out.
Woo!
So what we are going to do is I am going to be asking you questions about the other individual. You guys did 2 very large shows together, as valuable and in the Now You See It. So you guys should know everything about each other, right? Right.
Yeah.
So we are going to individually kick each other out and then ask you questions about that other actor and see how well you do. All right. We will begin with Sam. So let's say goodbye to Michael. We'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, Sam. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You had no clue this was coming, did you?
You know what? I love trivia.
There you go. All right. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions. These are going to be rapid fire questions. So try and answer as quickly as you can, and we'll see how well you do. All right. All right. So first question. What is Michael's significant other's name?
Colleen.
All right. All right. What was Michael's last show? And what show does he have coming up?
I think it was the one we did together, the Now You See It was his last show. And I
Okay.
think his next show is Crime and Pun.
Okay. What is Michael's nickname as listed on Facebook?
That one I have no clue.
All right. I can't wait for you to hear it. All right. What was Michael's superhero that he has performed? The last superhero that he performed. So he kind of said which 2 superheroes he said. So what was the last one that he performed?
I think the last one he did was the one we did for the charity event where he was Spider-Man, and he was an awesome Spider-Man.
Yes, I heard that. He was killing it. I don't understand why they didn't invite him to the movie.
Right.
But yeah, but you know, it's fine. All right. And finally, how many children does Michael have?
3.
3. All right.
I think 3.
3. Is that your final answer?
My final answer.
All right. Okay, here we go. We are now going to see how you did in a little bit, but first we're going to kick you out and ask Michael some questions. So,
Bye.
all right, here we go. We're going to bring Michael back in. Michael, how well do you think she did?
She got 100.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Here are your questions. All right, for Sam.
Sure.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
How do you pronounce Sam's last name?
Gheorghiu.
All right. What is Sam's most performed princess, the one she's done the most? And what is her upcoming princess?
Her
Party.
upcoming princess might be Elsa, but I think she's done Snow White the most.
Okay. What is Sam's natural hair color?
Like dark brown, I think.
Dark brown. Okay.
Dark brown. I'm pretty sure it's dark brown.
Awesome. What major city is Sam from?
Los Angeles, I believe.
Okay. And what is Sam's day job?
She's a bus driver.
All right. All right. Let's see how well you did. So we'll go bring Sam back in and we will see how well you guys did. Awesome. Sam? How well do you think Michael did?
Gonna guess 4 out of 5.
He gave you 5 out of 5.
Cool.
So he thinks you got 100%. Let's see if he's right. So first question, what is Michael's significant other's name? Sam said Colleen.
That's it.
Yeah, there we go. Point for Sam. All right. What was Michael's last show? And what show does he have coming up? Sam said the Now You See It was the last show that you did. And the one coming up is Crime and Pun.
No, my last show was not Now You See It. No.
What was your last show?
My last show was whatchamacallit with the what's Crime and Pun. My next one's going to be Death
Crime
of a
and Pun.
Gangster.
Yep. So your last show was Crime and Pun. Your next show is Death of a Gangster.
Yeah.
All right. What is Michael's nickname as listed on Facebook?
No.
I have no idea.
It's Code Monkey King.
Yeah, Code Monkey King. I was stalking you both, trying to come up with some questions, and I noticed Code Monkey King, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make that a question." So, all right. And what was Michael's last superhero that he performed? Sam said Spider-Man.
That's true.
Yeah, ding ding. All right, cool.
And I for an amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, she said Amazing Spider-Man, and we are very concerned at why you were not in Spider-Man Far From Home?
Yeah.
Because I played the Spider-Man on the New York street collecting money for taking pictures, and they were like, no.
You can't do both.
You can't. They're like, no, we don't want that Spider-Man. We want the one. We don't want the guy with the backpack just in the bad costume. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I got
So
it.
I was in the movie, but it was just a minor role.
Got it. Okay. And then finally, how many children does Michael have? Sam said 3.
I do have 3.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So that gives Sam a total of 3 points.
3.5.
3.5?
I'm kidding.
No, just 3 points. Sorry.
I
Sam.
just, you know.
All right, let's see how Michael did. So Sam, here we go. So Michael, how do you pronounce Sam's last name?
I always mispronounce it. Gheorghiu.
You're close. Gheorghiu.
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 I thought it changed.
No.
No, okay.
No.
Gheorghiu.
There you
Okay.
go.
I thought it was some weird Romanian thing where it's like it starts out differently and comes in.
Actually, Romanian, people will try to make it more complicated than it is. You literally write exactly how it sounds.
Okay.
Gheorghiu.
You mean like Scarpelli?
Yeah.
But Sam, can I ask where Gheorghiu comes from? What's that originated from?
My parents are both Romanian,
Romanian? Okay.
so it's Romanian or Greek based or whatever.
Well, there you go. What's Scarpelli?
Italian. I know that one.
It's in an I.
If it ends in a vowel, it's probably Italian.
Or Indian, as my coworkers have told me.
Oh,
Okay. All
They
right.
said in Cincinnati, if it ends in a vowel, it's probably Indian.
All right. Now, question number 2. What is Sam's most performed princess? And what is her upcoming princess party? Michael said most performed is Snow White. Upcoming is Elsa.
I am the most performed is Snow White for sure. But I'm not doing Elsa. I was Elsa last week. I'm gonna be Merida.
Merida, really? Okay.
I get the Scottish accent.
You had to get in the Scott. You
You got to have that good accent. And we're going to get a new wig, Sam. So
Shut up.
excited. Yep.
Babe.
We're getting a new wig. So I'm excited about that. Yep. All right. Question number 3. What is Sam's natural hair color?
I said dark brown.
Dark brown.
It is indeed.
Ding ding. There we go. All right. Next question. What major city is Sam from? He said Los Angeles.
Correct.
There we go. And
Baby.
finally, what is Sam's day job? And Michael said a bus
She
driver.
drives a bus.
What? What did
What? Sorry, that's a Honeymooners reference.
He drives a bus.
Drives
Got
a
it.
bus.
I do drive a bus. I lug them kids around town and make sure they get to and from school with hit by cars.
Look at you. Yeah. Keeping them safe.
Try.
Oh, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 points for Michael. So Michael takes this round of Knives Out. Congratulations, Mr. Scarpelli. Scarpelli. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Good
right.
game.
Well, I hope you guys had a great time. I certainly did. I hope you guys did.
Yes, we did.
I
I
think
did.
you did.
I
Had
got
to
you.
be- Oh,
I don't know. I just hope this show doesn't get canceled. So cool. Am I doing a good job? I feel like I'm doing.
You're doing a great job.
Ah,
You're
thanks.
doing a great job.
oh yeah.
All right. What'd you say?
That's why you're month.
God.
They don't do all those things for no reason.
Well. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I thank you guys for watching. This has been another awesome episode of Death on the Ohio. Have a good rest of your week. Bye.
Bye. Bye.